Hey, Limit Breakers. Hope you're having an awesome day so far. I just jump on, as I said, I will jump on every day for live video. Now, this is an accountability challenge for myself. I said I would show up online for my group and for everyone on my Facebook that I'll jump on every day for 30 days until the end of the month and see how I can help people with digital marketing, with their leadership, and how they could really transform themselves within the next 30 days, whether it's with digital, whether it's with leadership, whether it's mindset, whether it's business, whether it's just growing more confidence, whether it's just having a bit more fun online. This seems to be a challenge, and it seems to be something that I'm aware of that's going on as well. I'm aware that I'm going through a lot of uncertainty in my life right now. That's partly because of the redundancy that kind of knocked me back a little bit on my confidence in, in the business that I was working in a 9 to 5 for. I managed to help them generate over 100 grand in sales online through e-commerce. And I wondered what went wrong that I got made redundant out of the team, despite the value and involvement that I added into the business. And so that knocked me back a bit in confidence wise, in my knowledge, in my skills for some reason, and my ability to show up was knocked over a little bit as well. And I question myself, like, how else could I have done better? What else could I have done better? Like, what else could I have changed? Or would it have made any difference, regardless? And I know a lot of people have been made redundant and all sorts, especially in the hospitality industry, which I was in with that business. But then now I'm thinking about how else I could help other businesses show up more online and be more protective, be more secure. How should I put it? How to be more, I think, secure online. If that even is an even thing. Like, even online businesses, there's dips, there's up and downs. There's never really a consistent certainty in online businesses, since it changes so often, especially with algorithms and settings and building on social medias and someone else's platform. So yeah, I've been having a lot of thinking going on, like how else I could help business owners, entrepreneurs really stay on top of their game online. Now, I noticed consistency was one thing. I always say this. I noticed a lot of entrepreneurs or online business owners who play the online game. They show up for a couple of months to about a year or two, and then they suddenly just vanish on the face of the earth. Like, they just stop playing the social media game. They stop showing up online, and they just disappear. Like, that to me seems to be a ongoing trend. And I'm just working out solutions on how I could help people prevent that. How can I help people be more accountable, how can I help people stay up online, right? That's something that I keep talking about. I say, I talk about showing up, I talk about stepping up, and I talk about staying up as well. And I got to the point of, helping people step up and working out that part of staying up. I think that's one thing that I've always seems to struggle with, is a lot of people go through this inner emotion and the unconsciousness that they just self-sabotage themselves. Like, they're creating success, they're doing well, and which is interesting. And now it got me thinking about what solutions I could provide. How can I help more people? And even on my Facebook group, right? Even my Facebook group, like people say, oh, I want to join your Facebook group because I want to learn about digital marketing. I want to learn about digital transformation. I want to learn how to grow and scale my business online. But then they don't contribute and they don't show up, or they don't engage with the content. And it's always an interesting thing, right? We always say we want change. We always say we want results, but we aren't willing to put the work in to get results. And it's always fascinating, right? I see this all the time that people go, oh, I want online business. I want to show up. I want to do this. And then when it comes to the near to the finishing line, when they just need to push a little bit more push and they just step back and just disappear and just like, whoa, that's too much. And I get the whole point of how scary it can be putting yourself online. I've been doing this for years and it's still something that I still wouldn't say I've got my hand on it. I just do it anyway, right? I got to the point where I just keep doing it because I know a lot of people need that help, need that little support. And it's the world that I live in, right? And because it's the world that I live in, I know how uncomfortable it is, but I also know at least I could put in some strategies to put in place to help people. And that's something I'm still working on, is the accountability part, is how can I help people show up more comfortable? How can I help them be more comfortable online and be more engaged online? Even though it is a tricky one, online business, because especially when you're building a community, when you're building up a following or sorts of clients on your register books, and especially if you have an offline business as well and you're moving online, that transition is always scary. It's a new territory. And so you won't know what systems you need, what plans you need, how the customer journey looks like. And so all those kind of things is I'm starting to put together online training to facilitate that. And so this is more of a brain dump for me. I know this is the topic of the struggles of showing up online and being held accountable, right? And this is something that I've put in place. I've put in place for the late chat shows. That's a schedule for me to make sure that I show up online to have conversations with individuals, with that's part of the coaching side of my business, right? So, and also I suppose that's my way of just having some creating entertainment for people to have, especially during this period. It's challenging, it's tough, it's cold, it's dark, it's miserable. And so why not just create some fun online for a late chat show? And that's how the late chat show came about, was because I was bored at 9:30 and I didn't want to keep working, because I know how easy it is for me to just keep building websites and working on systems and podcast editing. And I could work all night if I wanted to, but that's not healthy and it's not something that I want to really keep pushing on as well. I do want to at least wake up early and have that normal routine again. It's something that I've been working on. Yeah, this new routine, especially the 9 to 5 routine, worked for me, and that held me accountable because after the 9 to 5, I've got between 6 and 12 to work on my side projects, and Toastmasters and board charity trustee meetings. Right, I've only got a limited time to work on my own projects on the side, And so the 9 to 5 fitted nicely, that gave me that structure, between 6 and 12, that's 6 hours to work on my own stuff. But now that I've got the whole day to myself, it's harder for me to see some reason to work throughout the whole day. So even if I wanted to work 9 to 5, I still feel like I've got work to do. I know some people will be like, oh, you could just stick to a 9 to 5 schedule as if you're employed by the business. And for someone like myself, I'm just too active. I just get too bored for not doing something or creating something. If I'm not working on creating a project or creating a podcast or creating graphics or creating websites, I feel like I get bored. And that loops me into consuming into gaming, right? And I did say, I was going to set up gaming schedule to do Twitch streaming. And even then, I'm working on that. That's another side project that I wanted to work on. I need to realize that I do need a decent computer to start streaming properly on Twitch. So until then, that's not happening yet. But I need to put in accountable structures in place, which is why I've ambassadored for Pete's sales transformation for the next 30 days, and why I'm also in Expressive with Dan with that entrepreneur mind group to keep me accountable and keep me going with business and life, relationship, and all sorts. And then, I've got Toastmasters as well, which Toastmasters help me with building my speaking skills, my communications. Yeah, so, I've been putting loads of structures in place. And now that a gym routine's disappeared, I have to put in, a morning workout session or at least an afternoon workout session to make sure I'm accountable for that. Accountability is a tough thing, right, for everyone, because you have to be so consistent. Like even the 10K a day walk that I've been doing, like I've called it my non-negotiable. I have to get in 10K steps a day, at least for the next month until gym reopens again. But even at gym, I was still doing 10Ks, on the treadmill or walks around to cool down and stuff. But having that gym just gave me that environment to be out of the house, especially nowadays we're all working from home. We got this work from home, we eat at home, our social life's at home, there's nowhere else to go apart from staying at home. So it's all miserable and it's all negative, right? It's easy to go down that path. But the good side is we do get to spend more time with our projects, with our businesses, with our family. And so there's a good time to have that little downtime to plan and to see how else we could expand on helping others. Like we need to support each other more than ever right now, especially with less help from the government and whatnot, and especially business owners who got their own businesses. We have to rally each other. We have to support one another and make sure we see back onto our feet, where it's easy to be dragged down, but to pull more than letting people fall over. And my mission has always been helping others and pulling others up despite how I feel, how I don't want to show up, how miserable I feel inside. It's not about me, it's about what I can do and who I can help. And it's just something that in my nature to always help other people. I suppose that's how, the late chat show for love and relationships came up from on Friday nights, last nights. It's just to help other people, what experiences have I've gone through, what advice I can give other people because of the experiences I've gone through, what lessons I've learned, what solutions I got out of it and how it could help other people. Same thing with digital marketing, same thing with digital leadership. I've been investing in myself for far too long now, and it's time to give back to the world, and it's time to help more people. So, what are you doing to keep yourself accountable? And it's even something that I've been doing as well, as I've been emailing my clients on a weekly basis to make sure they're on track. And if there's anything that could help them stay on track as well, even if they don't reply me, I just email them and drop them a note and just say, hey, how's it going? I haven't heard from you for a week. What's going on? What else can we do to move the project forward, right? It's always something that we could always help the clients to do and make sure they're on the right track, because it's easy to fall off the bandwagon and it's easy to fall off track. And that's why we have, people, we have PTs, we have coaches, we have mentors. It's because they hold us on track. They keep us going. They keep us eyes on the goal, right? Eyes on the goal, and eyes on the end result, which is more important, right? It's easy to fall off track, but just make sure you jump back on quicker than you fall off. Right. Peace out, yo. I'll see you all tomorrow.